Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Port Allegany High School. Tonight, up first, we have the JV Lady Gators hosting the Northern Potter Panthers. We got under a minute here to go. We'll give you the Port Allegany lineup. There's only 5 girls here tonight for the JV squad. Number 15, Madison Philhart. Number 20, Peyton Gordon. Number 30, Erica Carr. Number 40, Haley Thomas. And number 54, Kendra Bell. And they are coached by Becca Schwab. We'll give you the lineup for the Lady Panthers as they come out. I'm joined here in the box. My name is Jeremy Morey. I'm joined with Varsity Gator basketball player Jake Causer. It's a pleasure to have you here tonight, Jake.
Thank you.
And Jake will be offering some insight here for us tonight. And, so hopefully we have an entertaining game for you. The last time that these two matched up, we have the varsity score. That was back on December 18th. Port Allegany won 42-32 over in Ulysses. So as we get ready here for the JV game, looks like number 20, Dakota Lampman, 25, Riley Knowles, number 14, Allison Lewis, number 13, Jalen Willamy, and number 22, Harley Thompson, starting for the Lady Panthers. And the tip goes to Port Allegany. Peyton Gordon wins it over to Madison Philhart, and she'll stop now, wait for help, over to Haley Thomas. Thomas back, but it's deflected there by number 13, Jalen Willamy. And Philhart will track it down and be called for a travel there.
That's a good effort. Just a couple missteps that will get a called travel. Now it'll be Northern Potter's ball.
So inbounding it here for the Lady Panthers is Harley Thompson. Gets it into Dakota Lampman. Her shot up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Peyton Gordon. And she'll bring the ball down here for the Lady Gators. Peyton pulls up. Kicks it over to Erica Carr. She looks for a pass underneath to Thomas. Back over to Kendra Bell. Bell back to Madison Philhart, who slings it over to Haley Thomas. Over to Gordon. She puts up a 3 off the backboard. No good. It'll be rebounded there by Madison Philhart. Her shot blocked. Bell shot up off the backboard. No good. Rebounded there by Riley Knowles from Northern Potter. Her pass down low to Willamy. Shot up and no good. That was by Dakota Lampman. And a jump ball was called. That'll stay Northern Potter basketball. Inbounding it here is Harley Thompson for the Lady Panthers. Her pass in, deflected there by Madison Philhart. And she'll slow it down as the Gators come down the court. 6:03 left, no score in the first quarter.
That was a good read by Philhart to be able to jump that based off of their last out-of-bounds call. The exact same play to just try to get up into the high post.
Thomas will be called on the travel there. He'll turn the ball over. Inbounded here by Riley Knowles to number 13, Jalen Willamy. Over to Knowles, and she'll kick it back over to Lewis. Her shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded again by Knowles. She'll kick him back out behind the arc. Pass attempted for Harley Thompson. Goes off a hand and out of bounds. And it'll be Gator basketball. Peyton Gordon running the offense here for Port Allegany. Kicks it over to Philhart. She looks for Bell, wasn't there. Bounce pass over to Bell. Bell holds the ball underneath to Thomas. Thomas' shot up. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Harley Thompson for the Lady Panthers. And Northern Potter goes the other way. Pass it back off to Willamy. Back to Willamy. Over to Knowles. Thought about a shot. Guarded there by Gordon. Goes baseline. And steps on the line out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Panthers. Still no score here. 5:10 left in the first. We've seen some shots, Jake, just nothing falling yet.
Yep.
So Gordon brings it down here for Port. Again, only 5 JV players here tonight for the Gators. Over to Bell. Bounce pass back to Gordon. Her shot up. Doesn't touch anything, but she gets her own rebound. Over to Philhart. Back out to Thomas. Thomas guarded there by Dakota Lampman. Over to Philhart. Philhart looking for help. Bounce pass over to Gordon. Gordon tries working inside. The ball will be stripped away there by Jalen Willamy.
Yeah, and if I was Port here, I would definitely try to conserve some energy. You know, you got 5 players. Don't pick up fouls. Do not get in foul trouble. And keep stamina, and that was a good shot.
Great
That'll be
shot.
the first point for the Gators.
Kendra Bell shot up and in. That's a good point, Jake. Only 5 players here for the Gators, so you can't wear yourself out.
Yep.
So Northern Potter on the offense now, led by Willamie. Guarded there by Gordon underneath. Looking for help. Bounce pass out to Knowles. Her shot no good. Rebounded there by Thompson. Her shot doesn't go. Long pass from Gordon to Philhart. She'll race it down to get it. And she'll pass it back out to Thomas. Thomas's three-point shot up. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Philhart. Philhart still underneath. Looking. Bounce pass over to Gordon. Gordon to Bell. Bell's second shot up. Off the backboard. No good. Over to Thomas. Her shot up. In. Nothing but net for Haley Thomas. And the Gators are on a 4-0 run.
Good mid-range shooters here.
Yeah, both Bell and Thomas. A Knowles shot long off nothing, out of bounds. And we'll see some subs here for the Panthers. Coming in will be number 3, Maya Kibbe, and number 34, Taylor Knowles. And off goes Riley Knowles and Allison Lewis. Gordon brings the ball down here for Port. Over to Bell. Bell bounce pass inside to Gordon. Works her defender. Shot up. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Willamie.
That was a good take there.
And Willamie will go coast to coast. Layup and in. 4-2 with 3:13 left in the first. Gordon again running the offense for Port.
Zone defense here by Northern Potter.
Over to Bell. Inside to Gordon. Trapped there. Shot up and in. Yeah, they collapsed on her, but great shot by Gordon. Willamie with a bounce pass over to Kibbe. Her three-point shot up. Off the rim. No good. And goes out of bounds. And we have another sub here for Northern Potter. Number 24, Kayla Hyde comes in. So Gordon inbounds to Philhart. Maddie Philhart brings it across half court. Bounce pass over to Gordon. Gordon back over to Carr. Carr looking. Gives it to Thomas. Thomas tries another three. It's up. Off the rim. No good. And it'll be rebounded by number 34, which we do not have. Taylor Knowles, sorry, for the Panthers. Willamie shot up. No good. Rebounded there by Kibbe. No good. Blocked again. Another shot put up there by Kayla Hyde. Still nothing.
That was a good aggression by Northern Potter's player right there.
Oh, and Taylor Knowles looks underneath with a bounce pass, but nobody home. And ball goes out of bounds. And there'll be a timeout called on the floor by Coach Becca Schwab. With 2:08 left in the first quarter, Port Allegany 6, Northern Potter 2. So, Jake, what did you see out of that first series here?
It was great rotations, good aggression by both teams. It's just really trying to knock down those shots that you get, maybe try to take less contested and really move the ball around, especially if you're Port, you only got 5 players, so you really want to value the basketball, no fouls, and really rotate here. And if you were Northern Potter, what would you be trying to do coming into the second quarter after this timeout?
Well, I think that they're moving the ball well and they're collapsing on defense. I think that they just need to finish what they're doing at that end of the floor. They put up quite a few shots, just nothing's really landing.
Yep.
So I would just continue what they've been doing. It seems it's just let's work it out and let's buy a bucket here.
Yep.
So inbound attempt from Gordon to Philhart is knocked out of bounds there by Willamie. And, of course, stays Gator basketball. And the press is on here for the Panthers. Gets the inbound to Philhart, guarded tightly by Willamie. She strips the ball away, and it'll be recovered there by Knowles. Knowles brings it in, passes it off to – the shot was up and in. I didn't catch who made the shot, but 6-4, Port Allegany. Maddie Philhart with the ball. Over to Haley Thomas. Thomas back over to Peyton Gordon, and the ball will be stripped there by Willamie. That shot was made by number 24, Kayla Hyde for Northern Potter. Inbound pass to Thomas, over to Carr. Carr looking for help, down low to Gordon. Gordon bounce pass over to Thomas. Back over to Philhart. Bounce pass over to Carr. Carr looking for help underneath. She gets it in, and it'll be knocked away there by Kayla Hyde for the Panthers.
And that's good to always pass it in whenever the defender's behind the back down in post. I know that my coach stresses that a lot. So whenever defenders behind you, really want to get into that post player so that they can go to work instead.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, if they are three-quartered, it's hard to get that pass in. So it was good vision there.
So Thomas gives it back to Philhart. The Panthers still in the zone. Stripped away there by Wilhelmy. Recovered again by Philhart. She'll pass it over to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Knowles. Back over to Gordon. Gordon, bounce pass inside to Philhart. Thought about a shot. Stripped away. Over to Thomas. Thomas, a shot up and in.
Good shot. Way to see the collapse there and being able to dish to wherever that double team came from. So coming down 50 seconds left here. The three-point shot goes up.
And doesn't touch anything. Rebounded there by number 20, Peyton Gordon for Port Allegany. And she'll be called for a carry coming down the side there near the Northern Potter bench. Going to be a turnover for the Gators. Jalen Wilhelmy leads the Panthers down the floor over to Knowles. She'll put up a shot, and off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Kibbe. Another shot up by number 22, Harley Thompson.
Yep.
No good. Rebounded there by Thomas, and she's called for a travel.
Yep, just shuffled her feet and didn't see that she needed a dribble.
27 seconds left here in the first. 8-4 Gators. Panthers on the inbound.
Yeah, if I was Northern Potter, really just value basketball. A couple seconds left. Get it, and that was a good shot to go back up again.
Off the rim. It falls right into Bell's hands. Over to Gordon. 17 seconds, and she is knocked down. No, the foul will be on number 24, Kayla Hyde, for Northern Potter.
And also the hard part is you don't want any injuries either, because with 5, it means you'll have to go down with 4.
Right. So Gordon inbounds to Thomas, and she is guarded tightly there by Thompson. Thomas back over to Philhart. 8 seconds left. Over to Gordon. Bounce pass inside to Philhart, knocked away by Knowles. And at 2.7 seconds here in the first quarter. It'll be inbounded to Gordon, and time will run out, and she didn't get a shot up.
Yeah, if you saw the defense there, they were kind of like pushing through, trying to get to that three-point line. If I was one of the players, I'd try to come right down to the low block and catch a defender off guard and be able to score there.
Yeah, they were all bunched up there by the foul line. So, yeah, that was good spot there, Jake. If somebody would have just worked into the lane there, it was wide open, easy layup. But it's easy for us to say that up here in the Crow's Nest. So, so after 1, Port Allegany 8, Northern Potter 4. A fairly clean first quarter. I think only 1 foul there on Hyde for Northern Potter.
And it's a close game, so I assume their coach is telling them, Northern Potter's coach saying, it's a good job, you guys are doing good, but, it's just some of the shots that just have to fall in, that's all. I mean, they've had many shots. They've had plenty of good shots. It's just maybe just off the rim or anything else, but Port's doing well, too, being able to get their eyes up and vision and putting it down low so that they can take the lead to 8-4.
Yeah, Port's been moving the ball well around the arc with that zone defense that Northern Potter's brought in here. So, yeah, I think both teams just more of the same here in the second quarter.
And Port's playing zone, obviously, as well because of the numbers, trying to save energy.
So Erica Carr now with the ball, nearly stripped away. Her pass intercepted there by number 20, Dakota Lampman. She'll take it all the way, but a travel, or a double dribble will be called. She had it all the way, but just lost the handle on it for a second. So Philhart to inbound, bounce pass it into Thomas. Thomas will work it across almost to half court. Pass back to Philhart. They're finally across half court now. Philhart guarded there by Knowles. Over to Carr, can't handle it out of bounds. It was a good bounce pass. Erica Carr just couldn't find the handle on it, and unfortunately it goes out of bounds. So Lily Steele now leads the offense for the Panthers. She passes it over to Allison Lewis. Back over to Knowles, guarded there by Philhart and Carr. Underneath to Knowles. Her shot up and in.
Bank is open. That was a good shot and a good aggression to get that back.
Another shot by Knowles up, in, and it's a tie game. Very aggressive defense here for the Panthers.
You can see just how quickly a game can change.
Bounce pass into Thomas. We're tied at 8 here, just under 6 in the second quarter. Philhart, tried to get it to Gordon. Pass taken there by Steele, and she'll take it all the way for a layup.
And I believe that was, 4-6 points in just a
Yeah.
minute or so?
Yeah, 8-4 at the break. So, they're on a 6-0 run here with not even a minute and a half in. Pass from Philhart to Thomas, out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators.
Yeah, and really focus here for Gators. Really got to value the basketball. Can't be, causing the turnovers and stuff to hopefully it'll make it up.
Yeah, just need to calm it down, I think, a little bit. And drive in there by Steele. And she'll get the charge. And that'll be Lily Steele's first of the game. So as you can see, Northern Potter continuing with the full court press. Bounce pass into Thomas. Thomas moves the ball. Stripped away there by Willoughby.
And, I guess it was a smart idea to come out in that press because all the pressure, it's hard to handle that at this level, and it's really a smart idea for Northern Potter to come out aggressive.
Philhart tries to get it in. It'll be knocked out by Riley Knowles. He couldn't find an open player. So now Gordon will inbound it for Port. And gets it into Philhart. He was guarded there by Willoughby, and a foul will be called on Willoughby.
Yeah,
first.
Good aggression, being able to cause some turnovers, but sometimes you get too aggressive, you can draw them fouls.
And with a deeper bench, Jake, do you think that might be a strategy here of Northern Potter? You definitely have fouls to give where Port certainly doesn't.
They have a lot of numbers. Obviously you don't want a foul, but if it does happen because of defense, it's definitely something that you can use as the advantage.
Right. Thomas's three-point shot in and out of the rim, no good. And Willoughby will take it there for Northern Potter. She passes down low, shot up, off the backboard, no good. Rebounded there by Kendra Bell. He kicks it back out to Peyton Gordon.
Rebound.
A lone layup off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Alana Luce. Her long pass to number 25, Riley Knowles, no good. Panthers still rebounding. That's over to Willoughby. Willoughby back to Luce. Over to Lewis. Underneath to Luce again. Her shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 20, Dakota Lampman. And that'll be on Peyton Gordon.
And you can see the coach stressing that you really need to box out in those situations, not let them get offensive boards, because most of the time whenever you give them the second chances, they're able to score off it.
So Lampman's first free throw goes no good off the rim. Her second shot up, no good off the back of the rim. Rebounded there by Knowles. And she'll get it over to Willoughby. Underneath to Lewis, her shot no good. Again rebounded by Willoughby. The Panthers just out-rebounding the Gators right now. Over to Lewis. Back over to Lampman. Her shot no good. Gordon on the rebound.
Yep. Gators finally able to get a board and being able to push it up the floor.
And another aggressive defense there by Riley Knowles knocks the ball out of Haley Thomas's hands. 3:55 to go here in the second half, or in the first half. 10-8 Panthers on a 6-0 run here. Inbound from Gordon to Thomas. Back to Gordon. Gordon works the lane and runs into Dakota Lampman. And that'll be her first. And we have mass substitutions coming in here for the Panthers. We have Kibbe, Knowles, Hyde, and Thompson. and Luce stand on the floor. Bounce pass in, deflected there by Knowles, intended for Kendra Bell. They'll stay underneath here for Port. Well, I'm going to take it out on the side. And timeout will be taken by Northern Potter.
Yeah, Port Allegany really needs to be able to get an advantage here and score this point, value it, and be able to get a board, look down low again, see how the defense compresses and stuff, and being able to kick it back out.
Yeah, that pressure from that press is really starting to mess with Port Allegany.
Yep.
You can see a little bit of desperation in some of their passes. So hopefully Coach Schwab here is calming the girls down, figuring a way out to work through that press. They got to do something because it's starting to unravel a little bit here.
They just get to the beginning of the game, have their confidence, have a little low relay to this game and stuff. They'd be able to go back up, be able to move the ball.
Okay, so Maddie Philhart will inbound it here for Port Allegany. And she gets it into Peyton Gordon. Gordon works around the arc. Bounce pass underneath to Kendra Bell. Tries to get it back to Gordon. Stolen there by Kayla Hyde. And pass underneath intended for Harley Thompson, but broken up there by Erica Carr.
And that was good effort to go down there and try to set up a charge to make her stop and be able to throw that out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a great move there by Thomas. The shot up doesn't touch anything. Rebounded there by number 24, Kayla Hyde. And she will be fouled.
And that's the hard part. Whenever you're behind them, you can't do anything. So that's where you got to step in front, get them elbows out, and back them up out of the play.
So that'll send Kayla Hyde to the line. Her first shot, no good. That foul was on number 11, Haley Thomas for Port. Second shot here for Hyde. Up, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Thomas.
Yeah, and
if back out to Gordon.
If you're Northern Potter, you really got to take advantage of those free throws and really try to make as many as you can to get that high lead.
So Thomas with the ball now for Port. Over to Philhart. Trying to get something working. Over to Bell. Bell bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas fakes a pass over to Carr. Kicks it under to Philhart, and there will be a foul called on the floor. That's going to be on number 24 for Northern Potter, Kayla Hyde.
That will be Northern Potter's fourth foul actually, so one more and you're sending the team to the line, which can give Port, help to get up to that 10 or get past that.
Long pass into Gordon. Her shot off the top of the backboard, no good. And she will swat it out of bounds herself, but they'll say Alana Luce for Northern Potter touched it last. So Philhart to inbound. Gets it into Thomas. Thomas looking for help. Back over to Philhart. Philhart, bounce pass back to Gordon. 2:47 left, 10-8. Panthers over the Gators. Another bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas back to Philhart. Guarded tight there by Kibbe. Philhart down the lane, stripped the ball away. Knowles with the ball for the Panthers, going the other way. And her bounce pass to Luce. Her second shot good. Her shot no good. 12-8 now, Panthers. And Coach Schwab will call another timeout. This will be a full timeout for the Gators. So we see here with 2:20 left, Jake, a 8-0 run in the second quarter for the Panthers.
Yeah. And it's always good that, when you come down, when you're down by, 4, and being able to have that coach give you energy to stuff and being able to just come out, go very hot from mid-range and everywhere, down low, and be able to draw fouls. It's good to, see that as a coach, that, when you talk to your players, that they actually, they take that and they do something out of it. But if I was Northern Potter, I would stay with the aggression. I would stay out with the press. And if I was Port, I really try to value the basketball, move it around, try to see the vision, move it around to where they start getting tired. The defense starts getting tired. They might be lazy and they might not see a player, sneak in and that's where you dish it off and be able to get them 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, Port's been working the ball around, but they just can't seem to get anything in there. But that press or that zone defense from Northern Potter is just, I mean, they're just,
Yep.
you know, and they collapse so well. It reminds me of Cameron County a few weeks ago in the JV for you guys. So into Bell, her pass to Gordon. Her shot up off the rim, no good. It'll be rebounded there by Thompson for the Panthers. Long pass to Knowles, over to number 20, Dakota Lampman, but she travels.
That was great vision to be able to push it up by the floor, even though she traveled, you know, seeing them put the eyes up, pass there, and immediately pass out to the down low. That's great.
Yeah, that was great ball movement there by Northern Potter.
Yep.
So Maddie Philhart comes in over to Gordon. Gordon over to Carr, and she'll pass it over to Thomas. Thomas looking for help. Back over to Bell. Pass over to Philhart. Philhart dribbles, pass to Thomas. She thought about a three. Kicks it over to Carr. Carr thought about going underneath. She does to Thomas, misses it. Rebounded there by Riley Knowles. And she'll take it the length of the court. Shot up, no good, off the rim.
Ooh.
And there'll be that's Peyton Gordon down on the floor for Port.
Yeah, from this angle, she went up for the shot and landed on her with her knee right into the gut.
It appears that Gordon is okay, though.
Yep. Really have to toughen it out. Only 5 players.
Yep.
That's good.
So that's Gordon's second foul, sending Knowles to the line. Her first shot up, in and out, no good.
And if I was Northern Potter, knowing Peyton has 2 fouls, try to really push it to her, be able to try to draw into foul trouble. But Northern Potter will have 4 fouls too, so if they drop one more before the half ends, they will go into free throws.
Second shot in for Knowles. And we'll have a sub coming on. Allison Lewis will come on for Riley Knowles. 1:25 left in the half, 13-8 Panthers. Peyton Gordon will bring it down for the Gators. Bounce pass over to Philhart, nearly stolen, over to Bell. Bounce pass inside, blocked away by Dakota Lampman. She takes it the whole way, layup, no good, misses. Rebound by Philhart. She comes quickly this way. And that was guarded there by Maya Kibbe and stays Port ball. She had Thomas.
Yep.
Haley was wide open there.
Yep. And you could see some of the anger coming out. She was really trying to get that ball.
Yeah. Yeah, the passion coming up to the surface now. So Gordon drives the lane up, no good. A foul on the floor, 2 shots now.
Yep.
That sends Peyton Gordon to the line for the Gators. That foul is on number 22, Harley Thompson, for the Panthers. So the Gators looking for their first points here in the second quarter. Gordon's first shot up, in. Gordon on her second shot, hoping to bring it within 3. Second shot off the front of the rim, no good. And it'll be Northern Potter basketball. Inbounded by Thompson. Up to Willoughby. Bounce pass over to Kibbe. Kibbe throws over to Lampman. Can't handle it out of bounds. It'll be Port ball with 48.5 seconds left.
So you're going to see this press and aggression to try to turn it over, 43 seconds left.
And they did, right into Kibbe. Her shot blocked by Philhart, and she gets the rebound. She's trapped there by 2 Panthers, but there will be a foul called.
That will send her to the line. Maddie Philhart will be shooting.
We'll get you who that was on. That was on number 22, Harley Thompson, her first. With Maddie Philhart here with a chance to bring the Gators within 2. Her first shot up, and off the rim, no good. Philhart getting ready for her second shot. Up and in. Around the rim, makes it 13-10.
Thought it was going to be a little early to say that. It started ringing around, almost going back out.
Willoughby with the ball for the Panthers, over to Kibbe. Kibbe, long pass over to Lewis. Oh, broken up. Great hustle here by Maddie Philhart. She'll get the ball for the Gators. All alone with 5 Panthers. Over to Gordon. Three-point shot up. Off the rim. No good. Rebound attempt by Bell. Unsuccessful. Number 22, Harley Thompson for the Panthers, takes it for Northern Potter. And
Yep, that's a good call.
that'll be a foul underneath on the attempted shot there by Thompson.
And sometimes as a ref, they don't need to see that contact. They just got to see that arm coming down in that way of their shot just to be able to call it.
So that was the second on Haley Thomas. First shot by Thompson, no good. So Thompson's second shot up and off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Thomas, but stripped away. Ball on the floor, Willoughby with it, shot off the side of the rim, and they'll race for it, her and Gordon. Willoughby is the first one there. Long shot off the backboard as the buzzer sounds. And that's the end of the first half. Northern Potter 13, Port Allegany 10. So we saw 9 points from Northern Potter and 2 from Port Allegany, both off foul shots in that quarter.
I'm sure Gator's heading in the locker room, with some anger, but the coach is really going to try to bring that back up and tell them, just box out, value the basketball, just stay calm, but bring energy. You got 5 players. Don't get into foul trouble and stuff and play your hearts out and have fun.
Well, all things considered, with only 5 Gators and the tremendous defense that the Panthers have been playing tonight, for them to only be down 3 at the half, that's a moral victory in and of itself right there. So hopefully Coach Schwab can figure some things out here at halftime, and we'll see a rejuvenated Gator team here in the second. But Jake and I are going to take a little break, and we'll join you just before the start of the third quarter. And we are back for the second half of the JV Gator basketball game between the JV Lady Gators and the Lady Panthers of Northern Potter. The score is 13-10. We saw Northern Potter go on a 9-2 run in the second quarter.
So coming out of the half, what do you think Gators are really trying to adjust here?
I think they need to clean up, turnovers, keep a hold of the basketball, work the basketball around the arc, and find somebody open underneath. They got to find a way to crack that press and the zone defense. I don't really see any reason why Northern Potter would stop doing anything that they were doing in the first half. So,
yep.
Yeah. So hopefully Coach Schwab figured out a way of working the ball around when they're in the offensive zone, and then when they're bringing the ball down, somehow to get that ball away from the press.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Northern Potter here, I'd do the press all game. I mean, you got 6 players on the bench that you can easily rotate, even if one gets in foul trouble. I mean, that's just something.
Yeah.
I would keep being aggressive, and try to take this game away.
Yeah, they definitely have the advantage now with Port only having 5 players, no subs. We have Thomas and Gordon both with 2 fouls already. So, they have to be very disciplined here in the second half.
Especially after playing a whole half of basketball already, being tired and stuff coming out of the locker room. You really got to bring the energy and try your hardest.
So Willoughby with the ball. She'll pitch it back over to Knowles, back over to Willoughby, inside to Lampman. And she attempts a shot, but guarded there by Thomas, and she will pick up her 3rd foul.
Yeah, and that's hard to spin into the defender that way and stuff. Just if, you've seen just to spin the other way, she would have had a nice open layup, but it was hard there with all defenders all around, but it was a foul, so.
Pass into Willoughby, her shot up, no good. Rebounded there by Knowles, her shot up and in. And now a 5-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Philhart inbounds to Gordon. She works it over midcourt. And stripped away by Willoughby, right in the hands of Erica Carr. Gives it back to Gordon.
And if I was Maddie there, I would have just drove as hard as I could with one defender on the left. See if the defender chooses you or stays there and you drive in.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity there. So Gordon passes over to Philhart. She's looking for help now. Bounce pass over to Thomas. Thomas works in the lane. It'll be stripped right away by Kibbe. She comes this way, and she'll be almost stripped. Her shot off the backboard, no good. Rebounded and in by number 22, Harley Thompson. 17-10 Panthers. So Gordon guarded by Knowles.
You're going to hit the 8 seconds here if you don't cross half court.
She soon got to get across. She finally is across. And a travel. So it'll be Panther ball. 5:37 left. 17-10 Panthers. Inbounds to Taylor Knowles, who works it down, looks to hand off to Kibbe. She passes over to Thompson. Back over to Willoughby. Her shot up, off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Bell. Out to Gordon. And she'll toss it a little too far for Maddie Philhart, and that'll go out of bounds.
Yep.
Good thought there, just couldn't quite execute.
It was a good pass, just a little bit too much on it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a good thought. So Taylor Knowles brings it down now for Northern Potter. Over to Willoughby. Bounce pass over to Knowles. Inside to Thompson. Thompson guarded there by Thomas. She'll knock the ball out, and it'll be Gator basketball.
Yeah, if you're Port here, you're really trying to pass it just past half court and be able to break this as fast as you can. You don't want to stick around too much and cause a turnover.
So Philhart gets it into Gordon. Gordon's long toss to Philhart, and she comes down with it over to Carr. Carr shot up and off the rim, no good. Rebounded. Nobody rebounds, out of bounds, but stays Gator basketball. Maddie Philhart inbounding here for Port Allegany. Bounce pass into Gordon. Gordon just dribbling there behind the arc, waiting for something to set up. Over to Philhart. Mishandles momentarily. Comes in, bounce pass out to Carr. Carr works into the lane. And she'll be stripped away there by Knowles, who brings it this way. Pull-up jumper, no good, off the rim. Rebounded there by Willoughby. Her second shot up and in. Kind of an awkward shot, but it worked.
Yeah, I was a little confused there, but that was a good shot and a good take.
So Gordon with the ball now, guarded very tightly by Willoughby. Her pass picked off by Willoughby. Over to Knowles, bounce pass underneath to Willoughby. Her shot up, no good. Rebounded by number 20, Dakota Lampman. Her shot up and in.
Yeah, and Port's just getting destroyed on them offensive rebounds. You really got to get out in front of them and put an elbow into them.
Inbound to Gordon. She'll kick it down to Bell, too far. She's able to handle it. Back out to Philhart. Philhart going left. Bounce pass over to Bell. Back to Philhart, but broken up there by Willoughby.
Good hustle.
And
but it just slips out.
Slipped out. Lampman was down there, too. Knowles, long pass right over the head of Kibbe, out of bounds.
Good vision, but a little just like earlier how Port has. Just good thought, but just a little bit too much power on that.
So we will have Lewis, and Riley Knowles checking in for the Panthers. Willoughby and Kibbe will stay on the floor. Attempted pass in was swatted away there by Willoughby. It'll remain Gator basketball. Well, Maddie Philhart here to inbound. Gets it into Thomas, tipped there by Kibbe. And there's a push on Riley Knowles, knocked down Haley Thomas.
Good sportsman there. The good sportsmanship just to go over there and check up on her after that foul.
And that'll be Knowles' first of the game. Bounce pass into Gordon. She'll drive towards the hoop, shot up, no good. Rebounded there by Knowles. And she brings the ball down for the Panthers. Her shot no good. Over to Kibbe. Her shot no good. Knocked away by Bell. Back over to Lewis, who kicks it back out to Luce. Luce looks inside to Knowles. Guarded there by Bell. Her shot up. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded again by Knowles. Her second shot up. No good. Another rebound by Kibbe. Knocked away by Philhart. And she'll finally come down with it. And there'll be a foul called on number 11, Alana Luce.
Yeah.
And their timeout taken there by Coach Schwab. With 2:59 left in the third. Port Allegany 10, Northern Potter 21.
So I just want to give a shout out to some of the people that are working this game. Liam Hover down there with the stick camera. Levi Howard with the base cam on the stands. We have Connor Valentine. We have Mr. Bartlett, Mr. Moore here, and me, myself, Jake. And I want to thank these guys for coming out, giving volunteer hours to do this, and not want to just stay home and be able to help out PASC stream, which we ask that you subscribe if you're watching, like, stay tuned to all the events that happen throughout. I know that next week it'll be loaded. I think every day of the week will be streamed of different sports, boys basketball, girls basketball, and some wrestling. So hopefully you guys come out and tune in and subscribe.
So Gordon will bring it down here for Port Allegany. No press by Northern Potter. Pass over to Bell. Bounce pass back to Gordon. Her layup off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Willoughby. And she brings it down. A pass underneath to Luce. Bounce pass over intended for Kibbe, knocked away by Thomas. And it'll stay Northern Potter basketball. Inbound here by Knowles. Gets it into Luce. Thought about a shot. Pulls it down over to Willoughby. Guarded there by Carr. Back over to Luce. Over to Lewis. Back to Kibbe. Underneath to Knowles. Her shot up. No good. Guarded there by Haley Thomas. Second shot up. Off the back of the rim. Still no good. Another rebound by Knowles. And there's going to be a foul called on the floor on Port. It looks like it's probably going to be on number 20, Peyton Gordon, and it is. Yep. That is her third.
And it's just repetitive by now. You just got to box out.
Yep.
That's really just the problem here.
Knowles' first shot up and in. Give the Panthers a 12-point lead here late in the third quarter. Yeah, they just couldn't seem to get a rebound there.
Yep.
I mean, Nopo was just all over it. Knowles' second shot up off the rim and falls in. 23-10, Northern Potter.
Yeah, and the problem at this level, you don't really see jumping for a rebound, so it's wherever really the ball lands and whoever's got a higher reach really gets that rebound.
So Bell with the ball. She'll pass underneath, intended for Philhart. Broken up there by 3 Panthers. Kibbe brings it down for Northern Potter. Her layup and in. Guarded there by Haley Thomas. So 1:53 left to go in the third. 25-10 Panthers.
Yeah, real change of the game here from the start of the game. Northern Potter realizing that if they pressure, kind of Gators kryptonite.
And that'll be stripped away by Riley Knowles from Haley Thomas. She'll bring it back down the floor. Long pass to Willoughby. And a timeout called by Northern Potter. And there's a discussion being held between the Northern Potter coach and the referee there on probably how she was calling the timeout. But
a little aggression.
yeah, I just don't think enough can be said. The scoreboard might not indicate it, but the Gators again, we've said it a few times, only 5 girls here tonight, so no subs. Foul trouble, it's creeping in here for Gordon. Thomas also with 2. So, there's just so many things you can do when you only have five players.
Yep. So hopefully that the Swabs here to be able to tell them some instructions, and I'm sure they're talking about defense right now as she's pointing over to that side. Just talking about boxing out and saying, no more offensive boards or no more any of this. And saying offensively down there, offensively, you got to move it around, see the players down low, and don't force it into things. And whenever pressure is brought out, you don't have to, be the one that can dribble through it and do all this cool stuff. Just really just move the ball and keep your players in a safe spot.
So Luce will pass down low to Lewis. Her shot up, touches the bottom of the net and nothing else. A rebounded there by Harley Thompson. Her shot up off the front of the rim right to Erica Carr. And the Gators could have a fast break here. Lose a handle on it, stripped away there by Harley Thompson. Picked up by Luce, and she kicks it back to Thompson. Luce guarded there by Philhart. Over to Lewis.
Ooh, and that's a good call. Yeah, I saw that. It was just shuffle of the feet.
A turnover there for the Panthers. Under a minute to go in the third. Peyton Gordon brings it down here for Port. Bounce pass over to Maddie Philhart. Over to Haley Thomas. Fakes a shot. Works out in front. Her shot up. In! A 3-point shot by Haley Thomas brings it to 25-13.
That'll be the first point of the second half.
Yes. Yep.
For the Gators. We'll turn around.
Turn it up and in for Harley Thompson.
Quick answer back from Northern Potter here, so Port will be bringing it down with 25 seconds.
So Gordon brings it down, guarded there by Luce. Over to Thomas. Her shot up, in! That's a 2-pointer, but back-to-back 5 points there for Haley Thomas.
Yeah, and she's laughing. I don't know if she really thought that was going to go in, but I'm sure she's definitely excited.
Over to Knowles, her long shot. Touches nothing, out of bounds. And that'll be it.
It's just a Bonnie shootout out here.
And that's the end of the third quarter. The score, Northern Potter 27, Port Allegany 15.
Yep. And for Port, 12 points might not be so much hard, but really I just worry about cutting it down little by little, not playing so much, being like, hey, I got to hit a 3 right now because we're down by this much. Yeah. You got time. You don't have that many players, so you really just got to stay calm, keep your energy still, and value the basketball, box out, do all things little right now, get your mind set in, lock in, everything that you can do to be able to get this closer and then make it into a game.
Right. Yeah, stick to the game plan. Nothing has changed. We got 7 minutes to go. You're only down by 12. You can see how quick it goes.
Yep.
So I don't think the panic should be setting in, but it just has to be disciplined basketball at this point.
So we'll be Gators ball.
And I would like to note that we do have a quite large crowd here gathered in the gym for this girls' game.
And usually, I mean, JV, you don't see many, but it's good that Northern Potters fan base is able to come out and support their players, no matter the drive or if it's JV or varsity.
Mm-hmm. So the Gators will turn it over there and inbound it to Luce. And she comes down quickly. Over to Knowles. She gives it back to Thompson. And back out to Luce. Luce will work it inside there to Thompson. Back out to Knowles. Over to Lampman. Her shot up. Bank shot in.
Yep, and Northern Potters kind of taking over what Gators did in the first quarter, realizing that the middle is open, just get it in there. Either you take that mid-range shot or you go in and maybe draw a foul or make the layup. And Northern Potters really been doing good with that, especially being able to turn it over with the aggressive defense.
Mm-hmm. 3-point shot by Philhart. Off the backboard. I thought it was going.
Yeah,
no
I thought it was
good.
going to go in.
Rebounded there by Knowles. She'll kick it up to Luce. Bounce pass over. Intercepted there by Gordon, and Thomas will come down with it, and it'll be a jump ball. And
it will be Northern Potters' ball.
Northern Potter basketball. So she gets it into Luce. Over to Knowles. Her shot up. Off the rim, no good. Rebound there by Lampman. Knocked away by Gordon. And stays no Northern Potter basketball.
And we have seen a different change in defense for the Gators. They are in a man defense now, not trying to stay stamina,
Mm-hmm.
Coming down to the fourth quarter, you really got to stay aggressive now. So switch to a man and try to mix up something. And that was a good pass in. Goes off the rim.
That shot will be by Allison Lewis. No good. Rebounded by Knowles. And she'll carry and turn it over. Philhart inbounds to Gordon. 5:32 left. 29-15 Panthers.
And we ask that if you live locally around here, this Saturday, locally youth group, not youth group, the youth boys will be playing a little basketball tournament. And we ask that if, you're out here, you're listening, you're tuning in, to come out and support them and make it a big day for them.
Yeah, I think both boys and girls are playing up here, so come out and support the youth basketball program. Yep. They'll be on this floor here in about 4 or 5 years. So, all the encouragement. I'm sure that they would love to see a packed gym.
Yep.
So inbound from Philhart to Bell. She tries to chase it down, and that'll be recovered there by Taylor Knowles, but she steps out of bounds as she was getting the ball. Okay, so Knowles will inbound to Knowles. Down here to Allison Lewis. Over to Taylor Knowles. Her shot up and in. A 3-point shot.
Sisters playing JV together.
Yeah, I haven't seen them much on the floor together, but an attempted pass there from Maddie Philhart to Haley Thomas goes errant and out of bounds. So 4:56 left here in the game. 32-15 Northern Potter. Taylor Knowles gets it down to Willoughby. Willoughby back to Riley Knowles. Over to Taylor Knowles. Back over to Kibbe. Her shot up. And it doesn't touch anything. Rebounded by Willoughby. Her shot up. Nothing.
Yeah, and I won't lie to you. That did look like it was going to go in from this angle.
So Peyton Gordon takes it down for the Gators. Her shot up off the rim. Nothing. Rebounded by Knowles. Just not a lot of rebounding here for Port Allegany tonight. Willoughby's shot up off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Gordon.
Northern Potter's doing a good job of driving and being able to dish from it.
It was a great pass by Gordon, just almost a little too far. Good for Maddie Philhart for bringing that down. Her shot up off the top of the backboard, no good. Over to Gordon. She'll throw it up off the rim, no good. She gets her own rebound. Another shot up and in. So a 15-point deficit here for the Lady Gators with 3:55 left.
Yep, that was a good job by Peyton to keep being aggressive. When you miss a shot, sometimes you see players just already turned and run down the court, but she was able to stay in the game and be able to get herself a point.
Over to Knowles. She drives in, stripped away there by Gordon, and she'll drive the basketball up the floor. And passed over to Philhart, knocked away by Taylor Knowles, out of bounds, remains Port ball.
Yeah, it was the right idea, but it was good hands, good defense there by Northern Potter.
Yeah, you could see it going down that she was looking for Maddie the whole way. It was just, great defense there by Knowles. And I don't think we can say enough about the defense in Northern Potter tonight. I mean, they've been fantastic all over the floor.
Yep.
So gets it into Bell, back to Philhart. She shoots up way high, doesn't touch anything, and Kibbe will let it go out of bounds. Oh, she must have touched it. Kibbe touched it. So Philhart looks to inbound. Bounce pass attempted for Gordon, knocked away there by Lampman. And she'll kick it over to Knowles. And it'll go back to Thompson. Over to Wilhelmy. Back to Knowles. Her shot behind the arc. Up and in.
Good
Nothing
shot.
but net.
That's something you definitely won't see from me, though.
That was a great shot from Taylor Knowles. So Kendra Bell with the ball. Kicks it back to Maddie Philhart. Guarded there by Knowles. Over to Gordon. Her shot up and off the rim. No good.
Yeah, it's going to turn into a three-point shootout here in a little bit.
Yep, that rebound there by Knowles. Timeout taken by Northern Potter. Yeah, Gators open it up shooting a little bit, and but 35-17 with 2:49 to go.
Yeah, it's not so much. This is just where pride comes out, being able to just stay out
fight
there
to the end.
Yep. So we'll see as Northern Potter come out of their timeouts here.
Yeah, you got to think Northern Potter's just trying to run this thing to the end. Port trying to make it as much of a game as they can here in the last 2:49, but just Port not able to come down with those offensive or defensive rebounds has really shown.
Yep. So it'll be Northern Potter's ball.
Inbound will be by number 22, Harley Thompson, and she gets it into Jalen Wilhelmy. Pass back over to Luce, guarded there by Carr. Inside to Lampman, back out to Luce. Over to Kibbe. Kibbe bounce pass to Wilhelmy, tripped there by number 15, Maddie Philhart.
Yeah, it was just the right call, just legs getting tangled, and that was nothing too intentional.
No, nope. That'll be Maddie's first tonight. Long pass into Knowles, her shot up, and looked to be tipped, but there's going to be a foul on the floor. And that'll send Dakota Lampman to the line. That's going to be on Maddie Philhart, her second.
Yeah, I don't know if she was laughing and making the motion that it was tipped or something, but kind of looked like she was kind of surprised at that call.
Yeah. So the first shot does not fall. Second shot from Lampman also doesn't fall. She gets her own rebound. Back over to Kibbe. Over to Wilhelmy. Wilhelmy guarded there by Philhart. And stripped away. Wilhelmy bounce pass over to Thompson. Her shot up off the backboard. No good. Rebounded there by Thomas. And it'll be a hold call on number 20, Dakota Lampman for the Panthers. Just retched right in there as Thomas clearly had the ball. That's her second. So Peyton Gordon inbounds to Maddie Philhart. She brings it down. 2:12 left. Gators still down by 15 here late in the fourth. Over to Erica Carr. Carr gets it knocked away by Kibbe. Gives it over to Thomas. Thomas thought about going to Gordon. Back over to Philhart. Philhart guarded by Wilhelmy. Back over to Bell. Kicks it down to Thomas. Thomas shot up. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Thompson. And she brings it all the way. Gordon the only one back. And no foul call, just out of bounds on Northern Potter. So Peyton Gordon inbounds it. 1:39 left. So Philhart bringing it down the court. Over to Bell. Bounce pass attempted for Philhart, but intercepted there by Willoughby. And Maddie will pick up her third foul quickly. And we'll have some subs come on here for Northern Potter. It looks like Knowles and Lewis on, and Luce and Willoughby off. So Kibbe with the ball, guarded there by Philhart. Her pass over to Knowles. That was a travel. I was going to say, it looked like she took a couple extra steps there. So another turnover. Philhart looking for help to get it in. She'll throw a long pass up to Peyton Gordon.
It's a little sketchy, but.
Yeah, it worked. Over to Bell, inbound, or back into Gordon. Her shot up and in.
Yep. Good movement there by Port.
Great look. Yeah, good pass, good finish. Oh, and Coach Northern Potter will call another timeout here.
Now, I don't know if you're trying to create some subs or whatever, but I wouldn't really see a purpose to call a timeout a minute when you're up this much, just to try to just get Varsity in and get them out, get the plays gone. But, I mean, maybe some subs or maybe some coaching credibility there.
Yeah, certainly probably not looking to make any changes here late. Everything seemed to be working well for Northern Potter tonight. So Riley Knowles will be inbounding it here for the Panthers, guarded by Haley Thomas. She'll get it into Thompson. Thompson over to Lewis. Tries to get it underneath to Kibbe. Taken away there by Maddie Philhart. She goes quickly to the other end of the court. And she'll pass it back out to Haley Thomas, who shoot from behind the arc. Nothing. Philhart with another shot up. Nothing. And no rebounds, but it'll stay Port ball. Last to touch it was number 20, Dakota Lampman for Northern Potter. .39 seconds to go here. Philhart inbounds to Carr. Carr will shoot. Touches the bottom of the net and taken there by Riley Knowles. Brings it fairly quickly down here for Northern Potter. Over to Lewis. Back to Knowles. Swings it over to Lampman. Lampman shot up. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Gordon. Guarded tightly by two Panthers.
Yeah, if I was Northern Potter, no shot clock, just moving around.
Yeah. Shot up by Gordon, in and out. Oh, I thought it was going to fall.
Just close.
Great rebound by Gordon. Maddie Philhart puts it up, nothing. And Maya Kibbe will bring it down for the Panthers. 4 seconds to go. And she's called for a carry. You could tell in her eyes as she was breaking down. She wanted to beat that last layup there at the buzzer.
Looking at the clock, looking down, looking at the clock. Just repeat a process there.
Inbound to Gordon. She'll put up a last shot and off the back of the rim. No good. And that's the final horn here for the JV game. The final, Northern Potter Panthers 35, Port Allegany Gators 19. So that's going to do it for us here for the JV broadcast. We're going to stay right here for the varsity broadcast. Jake and I are going to catch our breath a little bit, and we'll be right back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuning into girls varsity match, Port Allegany Gators versus the Northern Potter Panthers. Coming to this matchup, Northern Potter is 5-4 in the NTL, 5th placing, and Port Allegany coming in 10-1. Last time these ladies played, I believe Gators won at a 10-point difference. Port had 42 and Northern Potter had 32. It's a close game. Should be a nice one to watch tonight. Gators coming into this matchup have the advantage, some size, some athleticism, but it's always good to hear an underdog story having a lower team beat. So it's always energetic, and whenever it's close, it's always fun to talk about and always fun to listen and tune into.
Right.
So coming into this matchup, what do you think each team really needs to focus on and should really strive for here?
Well, if we're going to take anything from the JV game, I think that Port Allegany needs to limit turnovers. I mean, you can say that about every game, limit turnovers, but really work on the rebounding. The JV squad, I mean, there's only 5 girls out there, God bless them, they did a tremendous job, but just very few offensive and defensive rebounds. So I think that Coach Evans should focus on, make sure we're getting those boards, we're keeping the ball safe, and everything should go according to plan.
So we'll be coming into the national anthem here and announcing the starters, so...
Okay, we're about 50 seconds here from tip-off. I'd like to give you a little bit of some stats, players to watch here for Port Allegany tonight. The leading scorer for Port Allegany is number 10, Ella Moses, a junior, averaging 13.2 points per game and also 7.6 rebounds per game. Kaylee Adele, a senior, number 23, averaging 11.7 points per game and 4.5 rebounds per game. And also number 24, Bryn Evans, averaging 6.8 points per game and 5.8 rebounds per game. So those three, no surprise, are the top scorers here for the Gators. Ella Moses on the season has 211 points. Kaylee Adele has 187, and Bryn Evans with 109. So as Northern Potter is announced their starters, we'll give a listen here for the Port Allegany Gator starting lineup. Number 1, Jenna Renner. Number 10, Ella Moses. Number 12, Madison Eric. Number 23, Kaylee Adele. And number 24, Bryn Evans.
So, yeah, if you're Northern Potter here, you're going to try to do what you did with JV, obviously, at a varsity level. It's going to be different, but you're going to want to put some pressure. You got some numbers. You got some players, and you really want to just even sometimes, I mean, it can be risky, but be aggressive. Maybe get a couple fouls, but don't try to, obviously. But it's good to be aggressive, try to cause turnovers. But for Port, not that many numbers. You want to stay strong, healthy, be smart with the ball, and really try to just push it around, get the defense lazy.
Yeah, wear them out. Something that, we tried a little bit here in the first half of the JV game, and, but Northern Potter just stayed in that zone defense. We never really were able to crack them. So hopefully, some open shots underneath, get some points. Maybe that breaks that zone up a little bit. But
Yeah, I don't know if the varsity squad is going to follow that model. I would assume that they do. You know, it's as successful as it was, and as you see a lot of the names that we call here tonight, you'll notice I think they only had three players that didn't play the JV game.
Yep.
So,
all right, so coming into the jump ball here, we'll see which team will start off the ball to jump for Gators. Jenna Renner. So the Northern Potter will be getting the ball. Reagan Scotson will be passing over to number 1, Haley Chapman. Chapman will hand it over to the wing. Wing will go back up to the top to Chapman. Chapman over to Reagan. Reagan to the corner, gets tipped, and now will be out of bounds. Gators ball here. It's a good aggressive start, able to get a turnover and stuff, just to be able to, you know, be aggressive and now be able to see if they can get a chance to score the first bucket for this varsity match. Kaylee Dow is going to bring it over to the wing. We're looking for a dribble. Kaylee's going to bounce it into the middle. Alamos is going to look to score. Gives a bounce pass out to Jenna. Jenna to the wing. Goes up to the wing of Kaylee. Kaylee with an overhead pass down to Ella. And that will be intercepted by Emma Haynes. So now that is good defensive hustle by Kaylee Dow. Be brought down by Maddie Eric. Maddie Eric over to Ella Moses. Almost be pushed left side, kind of like the Gators that we run in varsity, just solo side trying to ISO. Passing over to Kaylee. Kaylee with the 3 and just off the rim. Jenna with an offensive board. Good hustle, and Brenton up with the mid-range shot, and that's in for the Gators' first bucket. That will be 2-0 for Allegany Gators here. Haley will be taking it up for Northern Potter. Communicating with the coach here, trying to figure out a play, so Chapman will be confused. Over to number 10, Caden. Caden's going to be looking for something here. He's going to dribble with her left hand, coming down to Chapman. Chapman's going to be kind of sitting here looking for something. Chapman over to number 5, Molly Katie. Molly Katie up with a shot, and that is banked in for a 3-pointer, and that will be 3-2 Northern Potter. Now calling out a play. Kaylee Dow will be bringing up the court. Kaylee over to Maddie. Maddie to Brandon inside. Skip past to Jenna. Jenna up top to Al Moses. Almost looking to control the game here. Kaylee comes off of the screen. Good hustle, but I believe that was tipped, so that will be Gators ball again. Good aggression by Northern Potter, setting up early.
yeah, they're still in that zone that we saw in the JV game, so it did translate right over here to the varsity.
Yeah,
so
usually, you know, you see it a lot with boys. JV will run kind of almost the same stuff varsity does. So we'll see a kick ball here, and it will be Port's ball, I believe, yes. Alamos will be taking it out. Running a line formation. Bounce pass, but just off a little bit, so it will be Northern Potter's ball. So the guard Chapman will be bringing it up the court again. Looking to drive right, trying to do a little handoff. Goes over to Reagan. Reagan looks to drive in, looks for a shot, bounces out back to the wing. 3-pointer. That is no good off the rim, and that will be an offensive foul over the back, and that's a good box out by Ella Moses. So it'll be Gators ball. You see Coach calling out a play here as Ella Moses will be giving it to Kalia. Back to Ella. Ella's going to be bringing it down. Ella swings it over to Maddie at the wing. Down to the corner to Bryn. Forces it inside. Kayla looks to dribble, do something off of this. Bounces back out to Maddie. To Jenna. Back to Bryn for a 3-pointer. Off the backboard. Goes back for an offensive rebound. Good hustle by Maddie Eric. Puts the shot back up. That'll be a good defensive board by number 10, Kaden Brown. So you're seeing here kind of like a man defense, but full court, you know, wherever your player that you're guarding is. And Chapman will be pulling up for the 3 just off right. Kaylee will be getting the board. Overhead pass to Ella Moses, and this will be a good pass. And it will be in for the left-handed layup. Gators leading 4-3 now with that 3 that the Panthers made. So Panthers will be bringing it down to Caden. Caden tries to go with it inside, back out to Caden. Caden's going to be kind of setting something up here. Goes out to number 21, Emma. Emma swings it in. Good defense by Bryn. Way to get her outside hand up. Bryn will be bringing it down. Bounce pass to Ella. Ella sets up for a 3, and it is no good. Offensive board. Good work by Kalia here, driving in. Skip to Jenna. Jenna looks to shoot for mid-range, skips back out, goes to Kaylia, pass fake, create separation. Back out to Jenna at the wing, forces in, and Kaylia will be getting the ball back out. Good hustle. Really trying to force it inside, but having some struggle with that.
Yeah, that was a force right there. From Jenna trying to get it into Maddie Eric.
I think they're really trying with like their size advantage, just trying to push it down, seeing a mismatch on Kaylia, and trying to just force it in. But it's good help defense by Northern Potter. Realize that, step in and collapse.
Yeah, and they just collapse every single time. That's what we've been seeing.
So we'll be seeing Bryn here at the top of the key over to Ella Moses at the wing. Ella will be dribbling up, sets up for a play, gets to Jenna Renner, Jenna to Maddie. Kaylee with a good pass and a right-handed layup. Great pass there. Good assist and a good follow-up by Maddie Eric. That'll be her first points for the varsity squad here.
Yeah, that was a great look. Great pass. And
good
great
aggression
finish.
to put it up the court, and three-pointer for Chapman, and no good. Good defensive board by Jenna. Kaylee will be looking, and Kaylee will be thrown to Ella, but just short.
Yeah, they tried it again. Didn't work that time.
So Chapman will be bringing it up. Kaylee's going to skip it down to the wing. Wing back out to Chapman. That'll be going down inside, but good defense by Kaylee to know that play and being able to just jump it. Kaylee is going to be bringing it down here to Ella Moses at the wing. Kind of setting it out, kind of like a five-man out offense. Bryn with an offensive three-pointer, and it is no good. And that was a scary call, but it will be a defensive foul. So it'll be Northern Potter's ball. Jenna Renner will be picking up her first foul of tonight's matchup. So we'll see a sub. Willow Sowers in for Jenna Renner as she picks up an early foul. So Haley will be bringing it down. Haley looks to skip to the wing to Reagan. Reagan back to Chapman. Looking to see Reagan in the three. Reagan drives in, and it will be no good. Good board by Bryn Evans. Be physical in there and to be able to go up and get that rebound. Almost will be bringing it down. Little miscommunication by defense to shoot that three, and it's good. That is a three-pointer swish for Port Allegany to go up 9-3. Yeah, but it was good communication to be able to realize that, the defense was not in the right spot and to be able to see Kaylia there. So we'll be swinging it down to the corner. Number 5 shoots up for it. Good hustle. Just off, just close, and Maddie will be out of bounds.
Yeah, great hustle there by Maddie Eric. But, yeah, just ran out of court.
So it'll be Northern Potter's ball. Going to look to get it to Chapman. Can't see it. And they will get it to Chapman. Chapman's going to be bringing it up. Chapman's calling a play over to Emma. Emma back to number 10. Caden for the three, just off. Good board. I don't think we've seen an offensive board yet. Good vision here with a good bounce pass. And just off, but that was a great vision to see.
Yeah, it was a great pass.
Yep.
Yeah, just couldn't finish there.
Just a little too far into the backboard, which is all right. So we'll see here as they switch to defense here. Lily will be passing over to Chapman. Chapman back, and it will get back to Chapman. Chapman to Molly. Molly will be looking in a good spin move, but it will be blocked. Shot back up by Northern Potter, and it will be an offensive board again over to Chapman. Chapman for the three. It is no good. Good board by Kaylia Dow. Kaylia Dow looks to push it up. Bounce pass Ella Moses. Ella Moses looks to drive the baseline in close reverse. And it looked like a little contact there, but it was a good take.
Yeah, I thought she had it on that reverse.
Yep. Chapman will be looking out to swing back to Molly. Molly for the three. Or they would count it as a 2, but that was very close. That was a good mid-range shot by Molly. So you're going to see Coach calling out a play here. Ella Moses is going to be dribbling up. And that'll be a steal by Chapman. Chapman looks to use her left hand for the layup, and a good block by Ella Moses.
Yeah, great defense by Ella on the other end there. To be able to strip that away after, giving the ball over, turning it over there.
Yep. So we'll see as Caden Brown takes this ball out, drop a play as they line up in a line formation. gives it into Lily. Lily will go up for a shot. Defensive board by Bryn Evans. Really racking up the defensive boards. Good job at boxing out here. Not able to give them a second chance. We might look for one shot here to end for the first quarter. Ella Moses bounce pass. You can see some exhaustion over here in his body. So it will be a foul. That'll be a body on number 12, Lily Steele. Port Allegany will be taken out on the sideline here. Going to line up in a little line formation, I believe. Yep, Willow will be getting the ball. Willow's going to be dribbling up here. Willow's going to pass over to Ella. Ella looks for something here. Dribbles, makes some moves, skips back out to Jenna. Kalia right behind her. Bryn Evans back out, loses the ball. Way to go grab it, though. Kalia looks to shoot, and it's just off here. And as the end of the quarter, you will see Port Allegany winning 9-5 here with Northern Potter having 2 fouls and Port Allegany having 1. So if you're Northern Potter here, you've seen some good takes. You've seen some good aggression on defense. But if you're trying to, make a change in this timeout, not in the timeout, but at the end of this quarter, what are you trying to focus on?
They got to get a rebound.
Yep.
We've seen it's night and day from the JV game. We're seeing Port Allegany just out-rebound on both ends of the court. Northern Potter's getting the shots. They're putting the ball up. It's just, one shot, we get a rebound, and we're back down here. So I would be telling my players, if I was Northern Potter, work on the boxing out and getting the rebounds. That's the only thing really keeping them out of it right now. So
yeah, and if I'm Mr. Evans here, I would just tell him, keep hustling, keep looking for them good takes, drive it in, push it in, drive it in, make the defense collapse, and being able to push it back out for maybe a 3-shot or a mid-range. And Port's been doing good with that, and that's the reason why they're up 9-5. So we'll be coming into the second quarter. It'll be Port Allegany's ball here.
Yeah, Port was 1 for 3 from behind the arc in that first quarter, with Kaylee Dow scoring the only 3-pointer.
Yep. Not a bad percentage, but not a lot of takes. So we'll see more, obviously. And Kaylee will be shooting a 3, and that is good. Swish. Kaylee will add her second 3-pointer to the game as she brings some energy on defense. Chapman will be bringing it up here. Ella's going to look to force left. Chapman over to number 24. Reagan's going to lose the ball here. It will be tipped. So Caden Brown is going to have the ball out of bounds as they call for a play, kind of like a box. Looking to get it into Lily. Blocked, but offensive board. And that will be a good defensive board by Jenna. But tipped, right, good aggression. Oh, and just drawing up a foul. Sometimes it happens whenever you make a mistake and you just get a little aggression to just you know what I mean?
Yeah, the frustration comes out a little bit, and
just I gotta do something here. I gotta try to make up for it for coach. But now we'll put Northern Potter to the free throw line. Caden Brown will be going with the first shot, and that bounces off the rim and goes right back in. So we'll be a sub here. Jenna Renner will be going out, and Maddie Evans will be taking her place here with 7:25 to go. It's her second shot. Caden Brown will be going up for it. And off the rim, and Maddie Evans will be bringing it up the court with a good rebound. Maddie Evans is going to look to drive as she's seen the defense kind of step out of the way, but just off.
Yeah, good look. Just couldn't finish there.
So Kayla Hyde will be looking for something, and that'll be a travel. So we Gators ball here. So you can kind of see a full court man. Kaylee's going to be asking for help. Kaylee gets the ball.
Yeah, certainly not as aggressive as we saw in the JV game. Kaylee just walked out down, so.
And that's a 3-pointer for Ella. And that's a bank. Bank is open on a nice Thursday night here in Port Allegany. That will put the Gators up 15-6. Chapman's going to look for something. Passes over to Kayla. Kayla looks in, drives. Good left hand, and that is in off the backboard. That will put the score to 15-8. Port Allegany as they call for help as a press break.
Good finish there on by Northern Potter.
Yep, that is a great find by Ella Moses to be able to look up the court and find that player in the middle, whenever she's trying to give it in short, but good cut by Maddie to get open. And so it will be tipped out of bounds here. It will be down on the bottom of the court, Gators ball. So Willow will be taking it out. They'll set up in a box, see what Mr. Evans calls here. So double screen for Kalia. Passes over to Ella. Ella up at the wing. Ella looks to forces it inside with Maddie, but doesn't get anything. Good cut by Ella.
Oh.
And just a good finish. It was close. And it will stay, though. Good takes by Ella Moses, though. That was a good cut to catch the defender lacking and be able to just cut right off back door and be able to get that find. So Kaylee Dow will be coming out with this.
Yeah, the Gators are moving the ball very well.
Yep.
Just the finishing.
And talking about finishing, Kaylee gets a nice, good down in the block finish. And I think that's what Port's been doing all game, is just trying to enter it down low and create something out of that. And that will be number 12, Lily Steele, for her first points of the night. And that'll be a pass just over the top. And that would be Northern Potter ball. It really found Port Allegany. I'm not going to try to make risky throws.
No.
You know, you're up 7. It's 7's a close game, you know. Even 20 can be anything really, but 7, you just gotta be smart. Just keep doing what you're doing though. Gators are doing really well defensively, getting boards, and offensively swinging the ball. It's really good night and day from JV. Just being able to move it, talk on defense, bring some energy, and be able to execute from those plays.
Yeah, I here at the end we've seen a little bit of sloppy play. I don't know, there's certainly no rush or hurry, for Port Allegany. The press that we saw Kalia just walk them right down the court with no effort. So, that press really isn't being as effective as probably Northern Potter is hoping. So, I wouldn't force anything or try to get into a hurry here if I'm Port. Just do what you've been doing. You've been moving the ball well. You just got to finish, to the hoop. But, hopefully Coach Evans is telling the girls, calm down, keep it clean. We're in control here, and, get out there and
And if I was Northern Potter, just keep doing the thing, get some shots to land, and really get open and try to create some, spots here. And number 12, Lily will be creating that. Just goes off and will stay for Northern Potter's ball. So we're going to see the line formation here again. I think they're going to try to get it down low, and if not, they'll try to get it to Chapman or high block here down in the corner. Reagan will have it. Reagan's going to bring it up top, control the offense here. Over to Lily. Lily will bring it back over to Caden. Caden looks for something, over to Chapman. Chapman over to Reagan. Reagan back over to Caden. Caden looks to create something, over to Chapman for the three-pointer. And it is good. That is a three-pointer swish. So the score here tonight will be 17-13 with 5:30 to go. And a good aggression by Northern Potter to be able to just take that away. And a good mid-range shot by number 12, Lily. So Ella Moses will be bringing it up. And we'll be drawing the foul. So Ella Moses will be going to the line. Yeah, and I think the defender was just lost there, just trying to turn and figure out a way that she could try to set up for a charge. Just wasn't there in time.
Yep. Yeah, Ella kind of had her twisted around there coming down the court. So
Ella Moses' first shot would be no good. And there was a sub. Peyton Gordon will be subbing in. Ella Moses' for a second shot will be no good, but up for Kalia and will be called a foul. So Kalia will not go to the line. For Northern Potter, you don't want that. You don't want Port to be able to go to the line 2 times back to back.
Right.
Especially when it's a 4-point game, So we're going to see a sub here. I think Jenna Renner will be subbing in. Kalia with her first shot. It is no good. Kalia's second shot will be good. So that'll create 1 for 4 from the free throw line, just that little sequence. Chapman will be bringing it up. Chapman looks to create something over to Emma. Emma swings it over to Lily. Lily back to Emma. Over to Reagan. And that'll be off of Reagan. Good hustle though. We'll see a sub here. Number 5, Molly Cady. So you'll see the press. And it's definitely, I feel it's definitely got more aggressive here. The press. Instead of just slacking off, letting them do their thing. Keely's going to look to drive over to Bryn. Bryn for the 3. And it is good. And that's the thing with Bryn Evans as a sophomore. She's really good, physical, inside, able to create shots, but she's also able to be out in the outside of the arc and be able to hit those threes, and that's really good for a team to have a hybrid, you know?
Yeah, she looked so confident out there. As soon as the ball was kicked out to her, you could see it in her eyes that she was taking that shot.
Even if the defender was in the face.
Yeah, then, you make a three, you get down there on defense, you steal the ball right back. So, great play right there by Bryn Evans.
Sidestep for Kalia for the three. It won't be good. Rebound by Lily Steele. Lily's going to be bringing it up for the swings it over. No shot for Reagan. Reagan will be missing that here. Bryn Evans going to be bringing it up. Bryn Evans looks to set up for another three, just short.
I think that was tipped.
Yep. So we'll see some subs here. Number 24, Kayla Hyde for her first time subbing in, and also for her first time, number 34, I believe, Taylor Nolis.
Yeah,
So coming over, swings it over to the wing. Comes back out to Taylor. Taylor swings it over to Kayla. Kayla looks for a mid-range shot, goes up, and it's in. Good mid-range shot to realize the defender was kind of sacking off, and it's a good shot.
Oh, no.
If I'm gonna be honest, I would have hustled for that ball. I would have tried to run for that ball, but you could see some anger out of that team. And I think the coach is gonna call a timeout, trying to say, hey, don't let them bounce back.
Right.
Stay confident, calm down, relax, do the little things right. You guys you can pull it out. And if I was Northern Potter, bring the intensity, bring the defense.
Yeah.
And really look to talk on defense. Don't get lost, But I think Northern Potter's been doing good with the pressure.
They have.
They definitely stepped it up. Coach definitely said, hey, I need more out of you guys.
Yeah.
This is a varsity basketball game, and I need, let's beat these guys and have an underdog story. So coming out of the huddle here, maybe some changes. So Kaylee will steal the ball. Kaylee looks to go for a right-handed layup, and that will be in. And also, speaking of, next week there is a ticker down low that will let you guys know that every day next week will be filled with a stream of events: wrestling, basketball, boys basketball, girls basketball, maybe even bocce. And yep, there will be a bocce ball match. We ask that people from home to come support, your Gators, or maybe people tuning in from the different towns. Come support. Come for your team, watch them as they play, bring energy, but it's always good. Also, this Saturday, as I mentioned in the JV game, there's going to be a youth boys and girls tournament here from early morning to mid-afternoon. So we ask that you come out, make a good crowd for them, and bring some energy for the little kids, as you'll see them here on the court here in a few years.
Yeah, we have them sitting over there right now, so
Yep.
They love coming here to the big gym, seeing a packed crowd. So I would encourage everybody, hey, you're not doing anything tomorrow. It's going to be not the greatest weather or something. Come on out to the gym, see some youth basketball, cheer on our little Gators.
So subbing in here, Reagan Scosson will be subbing in. So Kayla Hyde will be giving Lily Steele. Lily Steele over to Kayla. Kayla over to Steele.
Oh, great.
And that will be a travel, just an extra step.
It was a great step in there by Kaylee Adal to stop that pass. I thought she was going to have it, but regardless, great defensive play.
So point guard Chapman will be coming back into the game. Man defense here by Northern Pottery. Some good aggression. Kaylee's going to look to drive as she sees her defender down low. Skips it back out to Jen in the corner. Over to Willow in the wing. Good offensive take by Ella. Low contact, but it was a good take to be able to get that in there and go up for the shot. Swings it over to the corner. Back out to Reagan. Reagan over to Chapman. Chapman over to Molly. Molly looks up to set for a three. Goes with inside to Lily. And Lily's going to travel. It'll be Gators ball. It will be an 8-point game. 2 fouls for each team. Coming down with 2 minutes left, so Alamos will be bringing it up. Be hearing a call here. Over to Kalia at the wing, looking to pass it inside. Jenna, and that'll be a foul. And it'll be on the ground, so. And that is a good vision there, you know.
Yeah, it was a good look. Real
seeing
good look.
the defender behind the Jenna and just seeing to put that in there, let her go get the ball and let her work with it, and that will cause a foul for Northern Potter for its third. Some screens happening, giving it to Kalia. It's a rip ball, but.
Yeah, she just fell a little bit.
Yep.
It looked way more aggressive than it was.
Yep. But it was way to be strong with the ball, though.
Yeah, good for Kalia, but,
yep.
you know. Yeah.
Definitely don't want to end up on the floor. It definitely hurts.
Yeah, it looked like Reagan Slauson was the other one there that went to the floor.
Yep.
She's okay, so.
Yep, she's up and running and playing defense, so good heart for her. Willow enters it into Jenna. Jenna skips it over back to the corner. Willow looks to enter to Willow. Willow looks to play off something, and that'll be a jump ball.
Oh.
I thought that was going to be a foul. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie. She came in a little quick to hit their bodies, but
Yeah,
I'm not a referee. I'm not striped for a reason.
Right, yeah, I was pretty surprised on the jump ball call there, but like you said, the official was right there. He made the call.
So Chapman will be creating a ankle breaker there, and Chapman will hustle for the ball. And that'll be over the backcourt.
Yeah,
but it was a nice move by Chapman.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a backcourt there.
Yep.
You know, the Northern Potter fans here in the crowd certainly not happy about that. They believe that the ball was tipped, so.
But it was good for Ella, even though she got on the ground, able to get back up. And Kalia for the three. That is her third three for the night. She is on fire from outside the arc as she brings more energy for the defense. Seems like as soon as she hits the three, she's clapping. She's ready to rip.
Yeah, great energy from the girls right now. You know, they're starting to really roll here, so.
Yep, realizing that, you know, people that are shooting really well, you give it to them, and they're able to just sink it in.
Yeah, and I think that the frustration's starting to build a little bit here, too.
Yep.
You know, I think on both sides. Neither team is doing, I think, what they really wanted to do coming into this game. So, you know, hopefully we're close to halftime here. Tempers can cool down a bit so we can have a clean second half.
So for halftime, coming down with 1 minute left, Kalia will be bringing it down. And also at halftime, youth girls will be playing as we ask that you guys, you know, stay in, tune in, and look at some youth girls play and see a little head start to Saturday. And Chapman will be getting points for Northern Potter coming down in under a minute to go. Ella Moses looking to swing. Gator Ella, which will draw a foul. And I believe Gator Ella kind of like, actually I won't say that, so, you know, some scouting doesn't happen, but that is like kind of like an ISO. Just, you know, it's good to realize that, you know, if you have a mismatch, you can create a move off and draw a foul or make a layup. And being able to keep one of your teammates in the corner just in case that defender slides in, you're able to bounce it back out. Or
like a safety valve out here.
Yep. But Ella's first shot from her free throw line will be good. That'll bring up a 10-point lead for the Gators in the second quarter. Ella for her second shot off the rim. Rebound by number 5, Molly. Molly over to, but pass tipped by Ella. Molly looks to create something, skips back out to Chapman. 4-3, just off. Chapman gets her own rebound. That'll be a foul on the ground. And if Gators get a steal here, you definitely don't want to draw a foul because you're already at 5. So if you have another foul, Port's going to the line, and as a coach, you just don't want that. So they will line up in the line formation again. They'll force it in over.
Oh, great block there by Daniels.
Yep. Emma goes up for a shot, her second shot, and it will be a foul. Put him to the line. That'll be Port's 4th foul. So her first shot will be off. Emma's going to be taking her second shot here from the free throw line with 23 seconds to go. Port leads 10. Good defensive rebound. That's my bad, guys. By Ella Moses. So looking to create one last shot over to Willow. to Kalia for a double screen for the 3. And bang! She is hot right now from the 3-point line.
That's 4 for her
Nothing
tonight.
but green. That is 4 for her already.
Yep.
Great shots by Kalia, and I definitely going to see some energy, and definitely coming out of the second half. Northern Potter definitely needs to, hey, this is the shooter. We got to step out on that and really just stay over. If you get screens, don't go under it. Don't let her be able to get out. And whenever you see that formation of the play they just did, because I believe they've ran it a few times now to kind of say, hey, they're going to try to put up Kalia for the top of the arc and say, hey, I got to fight through this screen, already get there, and not let that shot happen, especially how the shooting been. So now you'll be seeing the youth game here. I don't know if we'll be on the mic for this.
Anybody tuning in, this is the girls' youth basketball playing at halftime of the varsity game today. We will be back in about 5 minutes with the varsity second half, where the girls are Gator girls are leading 30-17 right now. So in about 6 minutes, that'll be back on. In the meantime, enjoy this youth basketball exhibition here at halftime.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coming into the second half while the Gators and Panthers are warming up. Some stats for you tonight.
Yeah, from the first half, the Gators were 2 for 6 from the free throw line. They were 6 for 9 from behind the arc. And the point totals, Ella Moses with 6, Madison Eric with 2, Kaylee Dow with 17, and Bryn Evans with 5.
Yep, and Kaylee Dow's been having a night from the arc, having, 4 points?
4, yeah, she's made 4 of the 6.
4 pointers?
3 pointers, yep.
I don't know why I said 4 pointers. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, she's looked very good shooting the ball. She's actually 4 for 6 for herself from behind the line, or behind the arc. So,
looking at this, do you think this is a punishment or a warm-up?
I don't know. This certainly will get the blood pumping.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Bad memory from basketball when I was on JV my freshman year. JV head coach Trey Garzel.
Mm-hmm.
We came out at halftime playing Ottawa Eldred, and coach was like, if you guys let up another offensive board, I'm going to make y'all sprint. I'm going to make y'all do a suicide and stuff. I was like, oh, this guy's kidding.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to worry about. We come out, and as soon as an offensive board happens, boom, timeout. He calls a full. And he didn't know it's actually illegal because you can make your players sprint sideways, but you can't have them go full court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just made us do a suicide. And I mean, like, in front of a whole crowd, and it's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was man of his word, but it was kind of on us that we let an offensive board happen. But,
what did you guys learn your lesson? Was there another offensive board?
A lot less offensive boards that happened that second half, I'll tell you that, especially after that one. Kind of a little fear and embarrassment in my eyes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, coming in from halftime, what do you think some strategies and what should still go on for each team?
For Northern Potter, I keep the press on.
Yep.
Definitely keep that going. And the zone. Make Port Allegany beat you inside, which they have been successful at tonight. But also, you can't just leave Kaylee Adele out there behind the arc to kill you. For Northern Potter offensively, move the ball. No rebounding really whatsoever for the Panthers in the first half. So you need to make sure you're getting your offensive rebounds, getting second, third, fourth shots. And again, on defense, you got to keep that press up. So Port Allegany doing well with the defensive rebounds. They're moving the ball very well. I think both teams, although the score doesn't indicate it, probably are fairly happy with their first half performance.
Yep. Looking to force inside. Good defense by Maddie and Kaylee to double in, pinch that. So we'll be going back to Ella Moses. Ella Moses will be bringing it up here. That looks to drive right, and that'll be an open layup. And that'll be 2 points for Ella Moses. Score will be 32-17. So Chapman will be bringing it up. Chapman over to Caden. Caden looks to find something here. Back out to Reagan. Reagan over to the corner. Molly looks to put it inside. Back out to Caden. Caden looks for a mid-range shot off the rim. Good defensive board by Maddie Evans. Maddie will be bringing it up, slowing the game down. Over to Kalia. And a good take, but just off left. So that'll be Caden bringing up the ball over down to the right side. So here, Reagan here will be trying to find something called play out. Looking to enter it in low, will be cross screen here. Caden's going to be looking. Caden looks to drive into the baseline, gets hit with the body, but it will be called Gators ball. So they will be staying in that press like you were talking about, at least on Kaylee, knowing that she was a shooter. I don't see any on Generella, but
yeah, that's just going to, if they start focusing on Kaylee, that's just going to open up Ella or Bryn, so.
Yep.
The advantage for Port, they got shooters all over the court.
Yep. And Jenna and Maddie able to pass and create assists and create plays and some shots. So that will be a double dribble, and I think she realized that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as soon as the whistle blew, she knew.
And I think what they're doing is just kind of like phase guarding Kaylee, just, always keeping a lady on her and just making sure, don't let this girl get the ball. She's hot from the arc, and she can create plays off of a dribble. So Maddie Evans will be looking to fake shot from the three. Looks to give it to Kaylee. Kalia looks to dribble. Back to the top to Bryn. Good entry to Bryn to Maddie, but just right off the rim. And that was good hustle by number 5, Molly Katie. So Caden will be bringing it up. Screen by Molly. Caden gives it out to 23, Reagan. Reagan down to the mid-range here. Tries to enter it down low. Gets a good block by Jenna. Ella Moses will be getting the rebound. Looks to force it up. Good pass. And now be shooting 2.
Yeah, great vision there by Ella.
Yep. But it was a little risky, though.
It was a very risky
from previous passes, that just being a little short. But that was a good pass, way to get into her hands. So Jenna will be going to her line.
It's the first time for Jenna tonight.
Yep. And the first shot will go in for Jenna's first points tonight. And we'll be seeing 3 subs coming out. A lot of rotations here. Number 34, Taylor Nolas. Number 24, Kayla Hyde. And number 12, Lily Steele. Jenna will go for a second shot, and it's good. Way to knock down the 2 free throws. And I think why they call them free throws is because they're free.
Yeah.
They're just, no one's guarding you. You got a mid-range shot. You can practice them and
Yeah,
should have a
the Gators
good
haven't looked
take. And that will be an offensive charge.
Yeah, the Gators just haven't looked great from the line tonight. You know,
Yep.
those 2 from Jenna, but they were 2 for 6 in the first half. So it's something they got to clean up.
Yep, so I believe, they're 4 for 8 now. After those 2
4 for 8.
shots.
Yep. So 50%,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, our coach always stresses those are the biggest things. If you can get it up to an 80%, that's what a great high school team has, and even 90%, you know.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to basketball, free throws are a big part of the game, especially late game when it's close and you cause one-on-ones. But now 2 immediate 2 shots, you got to be able to make those. And sometimes the defense, you're going to try to find that player that doesn't make those free throws and force the foul on them so that they can shoot the free throws, and hopefully that you can have a little comeback. So down here, Kayla Hyde will be having the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're absolutely right, but you got to make them when you get to the line. You know, that's something that, you know, hopefully Coach Evans is
Yep, and that's the second time Maddie Evans has taken a charge, so good effort by her to be able to take a hit. She'll stay in the game. Yeah, so they're looking to face Garcia, so I won't be surprised. Yep, so Kaylee will be getting the ball. Little spin move there. Pass over to Ella to the wing. Ella will be bringing it up to the top. They will space out. Kind of playing it slow here whenever you're up by so much. Looks to drive, maybe skip, but good overhead pass but just tipped. Brendan will go back up, trying to dribble in. Right-handed on the left-hand side, and that will go in for Brins. So now Lily Steele will be coming up with the ball. Enters it in. Good back pass again, but good left-hand take, but good look. That was a really good pass, passing in and cutting right off as soon as you get there, just because, not defenders always going to just know, always going to be locked on you. Some parts of the game, they're going to really be just focused on something else, and that's a good take by Lily Steele to get those points. That'll be a turnover for Kalia.
That's back-to-back.
Yep. And Lily Steele will be forcing it over to Molly, and Molly for the 3. It will be nothing there, and it'll be out of bounds, Port's ball. So Willow will be subbing in for Maddie Evans. Willow will take it out of bounds. That's my bad, Maddie Eric.
Yeah.
I think I did that last game, too. I think I did it for almost the whole half.
Oh, did you?
Just calling them mixed up.
Oh, boy.
Good effort by the defense, though, ripping the ball away. Bobbling around. We won't know whose ball it is. So it will be Blues' ball. So the Panthers bringing in the sub. 13, Jalen. So you're seeing some calls from the coach, some yelling saying, hey, get this under control, be aggressive, score some points here, change the game. Good spin move. Just tip, good block by Bryn. So that block will take it to Kalia. Kalia almost loses it again. Over to Ella. Ella bounce passes to Willow. Tries to force it in, but just not there. Hard window to put in. Will be off the leg. She'll go up for it, and it will be a foul, and I believe it will be on Willow.
Yeah, Willow, great hustle back down to try stripping that ball. Just got a little bit of hand on that, too, and the ref saw it and called it.
So there will be a technical on the coach for talking. I don't know what happened there. Maybe some miscommunication.
Yeah, it was a technical there, but
Yep. So I think she'll be shooting her 2 free throws from the foul. I don't know why
yeah,
the players are in there. Maybe because just the technical's up after, so they'll be letting her shoot her 2 shots, and she'll score from it. So now Kalia will be chosen to shoot the free throws for Port. Brandon Daniels will be subbed in for Jenna Renner.
Yeah, just trying to hear what was being yelled. I took my headset off. Apparently something was yelled from the Northern Potter coach that was misinterpreted by the refs, but nevertheless picking up the technical.
Yeah, it's hard as a coach. You can't talk back, can't say a little bit of word, especially if the refs maybe having a rough night from players giving them attitude. So you really just got to be careful. If she's at fault or not, it's technical. You just can't afford that. So Kalia will be done at the line here, so we'll see both of them as a timeout. 2:32 left in the third quarter. Panthers do have 4 fouls already, so I believe some players might be in foul trouble, but they do have a big bench, so there should not be a problem there.
Right.
Being able to sub in.
Yeah, and here in 2:32, those are all gone anyway. So,
Yep.
I mean, obviously the personal fouls follow you, but yeah, hopefully, just calming down, not let the emotion get to you, and take you out of your game. Obviously, Northern Potter's very emotional right now after that technical foul.
Yep.
But hey, you stick to your game, calm it down. Don't let this thing get out of hand.
Yep, and while Port's taking it out, I want to say thanks again to some of the crew here. Levi Howard down on the baseline with the stick camera. We got Liam Hover up in the stands running the camera from side to side. I got Mr. Mori with me, Mr. Bartlett helping with the camera crew and the technical stuff, Connor Valentine running the cameras. And really just want to appreciate you guys for helping out, volunteering, and helping out with a lot of this that's been going on for the last few weeks and helping to create this great crew that we have and a great stream. And I know that we're very close to 1,000 subscribers, which that's a really cool number. So
yeah,
you guys are able to
really taken off, and I think another tip of the hat to Dave Bartlett on the technical end here. Behind the scenes, you don't see him on camera, you don't hear him usually, but what he's doing is making everything that you see on the screen happen. So
yeah, sometimes he tunes in and has a little fun with it, gets a little third commentating, but it's always glad that someone will do the little hard work instead of having the fun talk and just being able to do the camera, set everything up. But I'll tell you what, I'll never be able to. And that's a good mid-range shot by Taylor Knowles, but. Yeah, like I said, it's just too technical for me, literally. Yeah. I can't do all that computer stuff. So that's why I stay with the talking. And I was never really good at talking. It's just I got convinced by Kerry Hover to just say, he said, hey, we need people for commentating. And I was like, well, maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll think about it. And I was, kind of nervous because, I wasn't always a great speaker. I always had, a stuttering problem out in public. But I had a red ribbon back when in elementary. I did red ribbon a couple times, so it's kind of just like that. I treat it like that now, but now I'm able to do this. So if anybody's out there and you have problems speaking or problems being able to talk out, and that was a hit on Kalia. She's hurt. We'll be struggling to get back, so defense will be having to help off the rim. Good help by Willow. Bree will be getting the ball, tries to pass it out to Kalia, but won't be any good.
Yeah, she was there, too.
Yep.
I mean, if she could have just got it there, Kalia was waiting.
Yep. And like I was saying earlier, if you guys are at home, you got some friends that that you could reach out to me. in the replay. But like I was saying before, we had some communication off the headset. You know, you can reach out to me, Mr. Maury, Mr. Bartlett, Kerry Hover, if you ever want to just talk, get some commentating, get some camera crew, help out, get some volunteer hours. Maybe if you're a student for the high school, get some hours for your varsity jacket. You know, if you're in sports, get some hours for your National Honor Society. It's always good to do something for the community and being able to put up some free hours.
Absolutely, and we're always looking for people to come down and help out.
Yep.
You know, tonight we have a 5-man crew going, or a 6-man crew, I should say. But that's not like this every night. You know, so we're always looking for volunteers. You know, the more we have, you know, it gives some people nights off. So you know, you don't have everybody here every night. So
especially next week coming up,
yeah,
every day of the week streamed, which I won't be able to do Monday because we'll have a varsity game. And we ask that you pop out to that varsity game, even if you're at home right now. And I know it's fine if you don't end up coming to the game. We ask that you do. But if you can't, tune into the stream, subscribe, watch, and have fun. Be with your family, be with grandparents. Ask them to watch it, ask them to subscribe. You know, we're close to 1,000. That's a great number to hit. So Willow will be bringing it up over to Bryn, back out to Kalia. Kalia's going to be looking to dribble to the left. It's tipped. Good defense by Jalen there. Beat Gator's ball on the side. So a line offense here. Trying to give it into Maddie, but good defense by Chapman. Chapman looks to create something, mid-range shot. No good. Jenna gets the offensive rebound. Sees Kalia up, but the defender gets back. Jenna will be bringing it up. Bounce pass to Kalia. Kalia looks to create something here. Yeah, and you can tell from their sidelines, their coach is not really talking, you know, with that tactical and with that warning. She doesn't want to risk it. But it's definitely good coaching to, you know, stay quiet, you know. You realize it's your mistake from creating that tactical, but still bringing energy to the players, and that's something you like to see.
Right. Yeah, just a mistake there from the coach, I'm sure. You know, a little miscommunication with the referee, so.
Yep. But it's a close game. It's only 15 points difference. You've seen a quarter where a team can be up by 20. So, honestly, like the JV game, how I talked about it, is you don't really want to just put up threes right away to, you know, say, oh, we're losing by this much. We only got a quarter. You have time. You have the players.
Right.
Create some space. Create good shots, good looks, and you'll be able to catch up. And it's very quick. You know, just create hustle on defense. Don't let them score. Box out. That's a big thing. Don't let them get second chances to go back up. So.
And you're starting to see the intensity turn up here from Northern Potter.
Yep.
You know, it's certainly not out of it. Not a time to panic by any means. So just play your game. You know, take care of the basketball. Don't do anything stupid, fouling-wise. So.
Yep, and you can hear talking, and that would be a double dribble to create the pressure off that, and that's what Northern Potter's really going to be good at. So it looks like Gators will be doing a full court too. Gets it down to Taylor Nolas for the three. Almost looks in.
That looked great. That looked really good.
Yep, and just over. So that'll be a good shot coming down in the fourth quarter. Gators will lead 37-22. Yeah, and I mean, Gators are doing great, moving the ball, getting it in. But really this quarter, if I was the Gators, stay calm. You're up by 15.
Yeah.
Get only some good looks. Move the ball. Get it inside touches. Look at the rim. You know, if you're not there, pass it back out. And if I was Northern Potter, energy, and hustle, and being able to move the ball, create some screens, create some off-ball screens, and also trying to lock down Kalia, Ella, Brandon, Jen, and them. So we'll see here if we see any changes.
Yeah, see if we see any subs here from Coach Evans or not.
So I believe it might be Northern Potter's ball here, which I don't believe from the last shot. I think it will be. It will be White's ball, so I was wrong on that, but, you know, 8 minutes left here. This is where you see a true game, true varsity game. Last quarter is where the game matters here. So we'll see what goes on. Trying to find something here. Ella Moses gets it in. Ella Moses looks to get to the corner for a handoff. Looks a little contact there. Gets it over to Kalia. Enters it into Bryn. Bryn uses his physicality to try to push it up, but it doesn't go in. Good rebound by Caden Brown. Caden Brown looks to give it over to Chapman. Chapman gets it. Chapman drives. Looks to force it in. Good hustle. Gets up top to Caden. Caden Brown for the 3. Just off. Offensive board. Rolls over to Jenna, and that'll be a foul. Yeah, but that is good hustle. But she will be hitting the floor, and hopefully that Reagan will be all right and be able to stay in the game. So now you're seeing full court, man-to-man for every single player, not just Kaylia. So definitely a lot of pressure here. So Bryn Evans will be bringing up the court. Jenna's going to be taking it now. Jenna looks to give it to Kaylia. Doesn't see it there. Gives it to Bryn. Gives it back to Jenna.
Getting very physical out there.
Yep. Bryn looks to drive in. Kicks it back out to Ella. Ella drives in. Looks to create a shot. She will, and it will go in for Ella Moses. Great drive there and good finish. Chapman will come up with the ball here. Gators lead 17. Some miscommunication on the plays here. Lily will be going up with it, and that will be a good shot and good finish. Kelly will be taking it. You can see the double there, but good recover. Kelly is tying her shoe mid-play.
Oh, great look.
Yep. Yeah, I remember talking about shoes. One varsity game that I had, I was down here, final seconds left, and
no, it's getting very physical now. That was a away from the play foul.
Yep, some uncontrolled anger, maybe some, getting mad at each other. But yeah, the one varsity game I had, my 10 seconds left, and I think it was against Kane, I believe, and my shoe fell off, and 10 seconds left, I had to run down the court, slipping and sliding. And thank God the time ran out, and I was able to just go back and get my shoe. So Reagan will go up for the shot. Won't be good. Jenna gets it back. Good screen by Bryn to create some space. Jenna looks to create something, sees the double, tries to pass it to Ella. Gets hit. Ella for the 3. It's good.
That's her second tonight.
Yep. A lot of three-pointers out tonight. What are we right now?
8.
8. That's some high numbers for a three-point game. Good offensive board. Good shot putting back up, but good hustle by Brenda. Just collect that board and don't let him do it again. Good crossover by Brenda to force it in. Good crossover again to give it up to Kalia. Kalia back out to Ella.
Oh, she's down.
And
she's
yep,
hurt.
some injury. Yeah, it might be a rolled ankle, I think. Or her knee.
Yeah, good for Bryn Evans.
Yep.
Bryn Evans toughing that out. Yeah.
Good for both teams to stay healthy and, even through some energies to just push it through, varsity game.
Right.
Stay energized and stay through it. Stay strong.
Yeah, you can appreciate the girls' passion here, wanting to play the game, powering through those injuries.
Yep.
Giving it all for their team. So
you're definitely not seeing a player that, gets a low minor injury. And Kalia will be shooting again. Just off. I was figuring we were going to go back-to-back there. Passes back out to Ella. Inside to Kalia. Kalia pushes it back out, feels a double. Gives it to Bryn. Bryn will create some space off that. Looks to give it back to Ella, but will be skipped past to Maddie. Maddie dribbles down, gives it to Ella in the corner. Ella gets a good screen, creates some space, and a good layup, but just off. And a little push off by Northern Potter, some anger. You're definitely going to see these final minutes. I mean, with the score differential,
Yeah.
Northern Potter might be down and create some fouls that, aren't worth it or aren't,
Right.
something you want sportsmanlike, but hopefully they're able to just battle through it and have some sportsmanship and play through. So we will be getting a double dribble there. Maybe a pause on her dribble that caused it, but a little confusion there from me too. Ella's trying to get it in. Bounce pass. That was good.
Great look.
Yep, great pass and a great look to get up to Jenna. Jenna just below the court. Gets it into Ella. Ella swings it back up. Looks at Kaylee as she calls for it. Ella drives in. Good left hand, and she'll draw a foul. Shooting 2. Yep, you've seen the second half. Different Ella, driving in, creating shots, getting fouls.
Yeah, Port's really trying to drive the ball into the lane,
Yep.
Instead of staying out on the perimeter like they did in the first half.
Yep.
But Ella, she's only 1 for 4 tonight from the line,
Yep.
so we'll see how this goes.
That was just all over. That
Thought
was
it was
close.
there.
I thought it was going to go bounce, up and in, but unfortunately it just went right back out. See some exhaustion from these players coming down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's been a quick game, fast-paced, very physical, so I'm sure that the fatigue is starting to creep in on these girls.
Yep. And she'll miss her second as well. Pushes it up, but it's tipped, but she will get it to Noel. Good interception there by Kalia Dow. Ella looks to drive in and create maybe another foul.
Yeah,
Good
nobody
take,
home
but
for the
just
Gators.
off. Yep. Goes over to Jalen. Jalen looks to enter it inside. That's another deflect. Jenna will be getting the ball and gives it back out to Ella, so Ella will be bringing it up. Yeah, if I'm Gators here, I'm just going to slow it down.
Yep, for
And
sure.
not be selfish. Just pass it to whoever's open. Let them get the seconds. Don't let them get 5 seconds. And honestly, if you get a good shot, great. And that's right there is just a good take, just a little bit. But, see a defender slide in, kind of pass it back out.
Yeah, it was a good thought there by Ella.
Yep. Pass over to the corner. Noel will shoot for that. Offensive board, and that would be in. I know it was a tip ball too, so maybe Ella Moses helped her with that a little bit. So Kalia will be getting it, little contact. Ella Moses will be getting the sideline. It's a hard place to get into,
Yeah,
especially when you get double teamed. Yep, so there will be a foul. Just some extra aggression there, But good hustle by Northern Potter.
Yeah,
there.
just competitiveness coming out now, and, you want to beat that girl across from you.
Yep. So we'll see as Ella takes it out of bounds. Last 3 minutes here. Gators lead 42-26. Gators with 2 fouls. Northern Potter with 3. Kaylee looks to enter. Oh, good fake, but a good block also by Molly there. But it will go back in for Bryn. So Molly will be bringing it down. Molly looks to enter it on the inside. Looks to drive baseline. Looks to enter it in to Emma. Emma will be creating a foul, and that'll be on Maddie Eric. Finally got the name right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jenna will be playing a help defense, won't be kind of on the pass route there, but good hustle. I thought that was going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, I was waiting for something. There was a scrum, but.
Good board by Kelia. Oh, just a little scary throw there. Looks to drive, yep. And a good shot fake for the mid-range, just close off the rim. That's a good shot fake to drive in and create a shot off that by Maddie Eric.
I thought she was going to go up with it there, so that was a great fake.
Yep. Good setup for the charge, but Molly was able to move around it. She saw her set up, so she was able to, hey, you're going to set up, I'll move around you and create that shot. So Ella Moses will be coming over. Ella Moses will drive in. Tip. Goes up again. No good. Jenna back out to Maddie. Good job by Maddie to space out, get it out in the corners, get the offense calm and collective in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, be an outlet out there, help your teammates.
Yep.
Oh, great drive by Ella.
Great drive. And I think she's been wanting that all night, just driving in and be able to get that down in. So Northern Potter will be getting a timeout here. So, yeah, if you aren't busy this Saturday, please come out and support the youth basketball players. They'll be playing from early morning to late afternoon. So if you come out, watch, I'll be reffing. Braylon Button from basketball team, Levi Wolfong, and a few others. Also about the Kane game the other night, Gators and Kane. We were able to, we lost the last game, coming into the match really.
Yep.
Had to make a change for it. Nick Wolfong, he was sick, he wasn't able to be there, so it was a great job, Austin Hamilton. He played JV all year, he was able to step in, create great shots, great takes, great passes, And although he had like very few points, he was able to be that defensive hustler, bring that energy, and a player that a coach really wants on his team.
Right, yeah, and when we see the JV squad out here and we see Austin Hamilton, him and Julian Capel are probably the most aggressive, fast-paced defensive players that the Gators have on the JV squad. So seeing him get his chance up at the varsity, getting those minutes, that's fantastic, seeing his hard work pay off.
And I think the funniest moment from Austin at that game, me and Kane player were having a little argument, and he came up and he told the Kane player that he's like, yeah, he don't speak English. Like trying to just like stop it and calm down. You know, he's always got a good heart, good soul. You ain't gonna get a technical out of him. You ain't gonna get anger. You ain't gonna get arguments unless you really make him mad. But
right. Yeah.
He's a great kid, great basketball player, and hopefully he gets more time. And it was a great time to show that hey, I deserve more time.
Yep.
I'm at this level, and it was good by him.
Yeah. When you get your chance, when you're in the game, you got to make it count. So that's great to hear that Austin was doing that.
Yep. So, Kalia, coming down in the final minute here, Port's just going to look to skip it out. Good game by Gators and Northern Potter, no matter the score. Good hustle, good passion, and good effort by both teams, just being able to stay with it no matter if you get hit, knocked down, they were able to get back up. So that's just something the coach would be proud for. That will be tipped, I believe, but I don't think she knew it was tipped, so Chapman will be getting an easy 2 here. Score will be 46-30 with final seconds coming in. 16. I wouldn't try to... I don't know if it'd be a type of game to say, hey, go up and foul or create shots.
Right, yeah,
so
being down 16
40,
seconds, that's way too far out of reach, I would think.
Trying to skip past, tip, and just out, so it'll be Northern Potter's ball. So we'll see here if Northern Potter tries to create a shot or hold on to it. So Gators will be subbing in some players from JV. Maddie Philhart, Peyton Gordon, Brandon Daniels, and Willow Sowers will be subbing in. Jenna Renner will stay on the court. So Chapman will look up, bring it up to the 3. And a foul will be drawn. I think that will be on
Maddie.
Yep, Maddie Philhart there. Coming in, getting varsity minutes, just being aggressive, It's just good energy, though.
Yeah, fouls to give, you get in there, you get excited in the varsity game. I did think that it was mostly ball on that, but, like we were talking before, you see that hat kind of, that arm movement.
Yeah.
It's a telltale sign for the referee to blow the whistle.
Yep.
So
no matter which referee it is from different angles, one could say, that's not a foul, he tipped it, he was down low, but the ref from the side could say, hey, why did he make that motion? You're not supposed to. And coaches can get mad. They're like, hey, why'd you call this? I obviously see ball tip. And you could just say, hey, just teach your players not to go down. Just stand up, take a charge, or just keep your hands up and get the defensive board. So coming down to 30 seconds left. Mid-range shot goes back up. And contact. And Northern Potter will be getting offensive boards. Peyton looks to enter it in with pressure. Throws it out to Northern Potter. 5 seconds coming down. Yep, just holding on to it here. I wouldn't try to foul or steal the ball, but good game by both the Gators and the Panthers for tonight. So next week, tune in for everyday matchups here. Bocce ball, wrestling, boys basketball. We ask that you come out to the game Monday against Cowdy at home. JV at 6, varsity follows. Ask that you come bring energy, support your team. And we thank you for tonight. Yet again, thank you to our camera crew, Mr. Maury, Mr. Bartlett, Connor Valentine, Liam Hoover, and Levi Howard.